Thank you so much for watching me in this video. Thank you so much for the patronage that you are giving for all the other videos that were posted before this. And I'm really hoping that the interventions that are given in these videos are really helping people out. Today we are going to discuss about how to handle the hopeless situations. Basically hopeless situations in your life can emerge in any area. It can emerge in your studies, it can emerge in your personal life, it can emerge in relationships, and it can emerge in various ranges of your lifespan. Getting stuck and feeling hopeless is a very common and normal kind of a lifestyle. Many people have their own ways of living their lives, and sometimes some of the areas that are not addressed properly stack up in their mind and they get accumulated, and finally these situations, the accumulated situations, lead the person into a hopeless situation. So how to get rid of that hopeless situation is what we are going to discuss here. When there is a hopeless situation, you need to first of all identify the issue that was not addressed so far. Because hopeless situation is not like a disease. When you lose your immunity, you get lots of diseases coming and attacking you, and you become diseased or you become ill because of that. It is not the case with the hopelessness. Hopelessness is something that has been attached with various strings of things, strings of thoughts, strings of actions, and strings of behaviors that had been put together, and it has brought you as a hopeless person. And hopeless situation is really crippling. It will kill you. And fear and hopeless situations, these are the two psychological weapons that always take toll of people. So how do we get rid of this hopeless situation? That's what we are going to discuss in this video. Step number 1, identify the thing that has to be addressed. Which is that particular thought, or which is that particular belief system that has not been addressed so far in your life? You need to identify that first. Because if you are able to identify that, you will be able to take it as a map to come and get into the situation of this hopelessness. So this is the first and foremost step in avoiding the hopeless situation. And the second step that we are going to discuss is pretty simple, and it is something that we are doing very much on a string basis without even knowing that we are doing every single day. That is the people whom we are meeting, the things that we are getting exposed to, the media content that you are exposed to, the books that you read, and the places where you travel to, and the kind of the project that you are undergoing right now. Everything has got some essence that are contributing and adding up to your hopeless situation. So the second step is identify the activity that is putting you on a spiral, or identify that entity that is putting you on a spiral. It can be a person, it can be a particular application in your phone, it can be a particular movie that you have watched recently, it can be a particular behavior that you are having right now, it can be a particular habit that somebody has suggested to you to held up in your life. So that thing has been the trigger mechanism for you to have this hopeless situation. So you need to identify that. Step number 3 in getting rid of hopelessness is you need to work on the rituals that you are having in your life. What are all the things that you do in daytime? What are the things that you are normally doing in the morning? Your morning rituals, your work style, your life standard, and your basic way of handling the everyday challenges, everything adds up to a situation of this hopelessness string. Because you don't know what kind of bacteria that comes and attacks your immune system. Likewise, you don't know what are all the things that are really attacking your confidence. You don't know what are the things that are really putting a negative impact on your positive belief system. So maybe a lifestyle, or maybe the activity string that you are having might be the biggest reason for your hopeless situation. The fourth entity that we are discussing, that we are going to discuss about hopeless situation, is the basic level of networking system that you are having. Your SSS, your social support system, your network system, and how much you are traveling, and who are all the people you are talking to over phone, who are all the people that you are texting to, and what kind of social media appearance that you would like to give in your life. Everything contributes. So the network is a real scope or real source for your hopeless situation. So you need to take care of that. So far what you have been doing is you are identifying the source of hopeless situation, and we haven't spoken about what to do against the hopeless situation and what to do to pull you off the track and be on the track, on the course of action for some prosperous behavior. So we are going to discuss right now to how to avoid the hopeless situation. Avoiding the hopeless situation contains 4 steps. Step taking stock of your hopeless situation. Literally, you need to write down what is your hopeless situation. If you go and meet a therapist, the first thing the first thing the therapist does is he will be trying to sail through your past experiences, and he will be trying to collect all the bad and negative experiences that you have been accumulating so far. Why to go to a therapist and do that? Why to go to a professional and do that? You have to do that yourself. So you need to write or make a description of what is the hopeless situation and why has it happened and what was the reason for it. So when you are describing, the magical things happen. You know what happens? When you're taking stock, you will, your brain, since your brain is working and it is on a loop basis for retrieving the things when you're writing, it comes up with all the hidden agenda. It comes up with all the hidden elements. And there you will be having a moment of discovery that yes, this is the situation. This is why I am feeling so. For example, if you're feeling so hopeless in your business situation, what happens is when you're taking stock of all the things, in 2015 I was doing good, in 2017 I was doing good, now in 2020, in the beginning of the year, I'm not doing good. So all of a sudden when you're writing this description, your mind comes up with the discovery that always in January you are never doing good in business. So it is a normal slump period in the month of January. So let us wait till February. So this wisdom of let us wait till February comes only when you're taking stock. But without doing this, if you're keeping on thinking about the hopeless situation, you are doing a real good job of aggravating the hopeless situation. And the hopeless situation, which is like a sapling, grows like a tree. So second solution for getting rid of hopeless situation is talking it out. I don't want you to have a social support system. I don't want you to have a good friend to talk it out. In my opinion, when you are speaking about your hopeless situation to your friend, you are proving that you are a very negative person and you are a weak person. Never show your weakness to anybody. So here, you need to talk to yourself. I remember in 2004 when I was having a very troublesome situation. I was in a particular cell. It was called as the entrepreneurship cell in Kerala. I was having a deep turmoil situation and I did not have anybody. In 2004, the social media and all the telecommunication network was not so much advanced. So I was not able to call back home as well. The hotel where I was staying was having a very, very minimal telecommunication advancement. So I did not have the option of speaking to my mom and dad. And the only thing I did was I was speaking in front of the mirror. I was speaking in front of the mirror about the hopeless situation. And I was considering myself as, I still remember the texture. I mean, I was wearing a peach color shirt and I was with a black color pant and I had my blazer over the shoulder because I'm supposed to attend the conference at 9:30 a.m. in the morning. At 8:30 I was ready and I still remember this, even the dressing and even that atmosphere. And the mirror was facing towards the east and I was facing towards the mirror and I was speaking for almost about 25 minutes about that hopeless situation and I had a beautiful relief, my dear friends. I got to be very honest with you, out of my chest, I'm saying I had a very good relief. And after that, I had been getting various ranges of angles of seeing the hopeless situations in a different way. All right. So all I wanted to do is I was executing all those ranges of angles that my brain contributed towards me. I was able to get rid of that hopeless situation. And it happened 16 years back. I vividly remember that. And I did not think of any other example other than this to tell you. So the second one is talk to. Keep talking and talk it out. That's what is the second solution. Third solution of getting rid of hopeless situation is keep moving physically. Try to keep moving. Work out, jog, walk, go for swimming, hit the gym, pump the iron. And you when you are physically moving out, it means you are taking the inner demons out. Hopeless situation is nothing but the group of inner demons playing games in your mind, right? So you need to get that inner demons out of your mind and you need to fight it out. For that, physiology breeds psychology. So when you're really trying to work out, when you're really trying to push your limits, the hopeless situation runs away from you. That's what I feel. So work out, keep moving, right? So when you play, there are plenty of games which are specifically meant for when I play. When I say the games, keep yourself away from the smartphone because it's not going to help when you are in a hopeless situation. You are supposed to be very much cautious and you have to make it a point to work on a physical basis for addressing your hopeless situation. The next step to get rid of hopeless situation is read the biographies of important people. Try to read the biographies of important people where they would have seen lots of personal storms and how did those people get across those personal storms, and what were they doing for getting out of those turmoil, the adversities, and all the levels of uncertain situations. Hopeless situations can be defined as the fear of uncertain things that are happening around. So you're just not able to understand what is coming towards you. They are so uncertain and they don't have a proper image, and you are really worried about the uncertain situation. You're really worried about the whole lot of uncertainty that are fast approaching you. Right? So when you're reading the biographies, you come to know about the strategies and take note of the strategies of that. I mean, read Robin Sharma's book. It's a very simple and lucid mechanism. Robin Sharma always makes things easier. And I really admire Greatness Guide number 2, where he speaks about tiny levels of strategies for getting out of personal storms in life. And read Anthony Robbins' Awaken the Giant Within. He speaks about the neuro-linguistic programming techniques for getting out of all your difficulties in your life. And read John C. Maxwell's The 21 Irrefutable Laws of Leadership. Apart from the biographies, these 3 books are very important for you to get out of your things. I mean, hopelessness is absence of leadership. Hopefulness is the presence of leadership. So when you are feeling very hopeless, John C. Maxwell really comes handy, and he gives you a lot of help. And this book is a wonderful Bible for raising your leadership style. Or read Robert Kowalski's book, or read Lee Iacocca's book, or read Brian Tracy's Focal Point book. And biographies and getting attuned to your self-improvement, self-help book will really help you to get out of hopelessness. If your hopeless situation is with regard to a travel or with regard to a particular assignment that is coming in another couple of days or couple of months or couple of weeks for that matter, the best way to get out of that hopelessness is sitting and planning for it. You just have to sit down and plan. You know, you will have this cloudy atmosphere of hopelessness, and when you are planning each and everything. Let me give you my own personal example. A couple of months back, I had to make a very big travel, and I had to get into a new experience of my training interventions, and I had not been doing that in the past 12 years of my entrepreneurship, and this was the first time. And it was cloudy. Yes, I was feeling a little bit of hopeless as well, to be very honest with you. All right. So when it was hopeless situation, everything appears to be a rocket science. Everything appears to be very difficult. But what I did was, I woke up at 4 o'clock in the morning and I started taking my journal notes, and I first of all started writing down what are all the training interventions to be delivered in that training session. And then I made a mental journey. I traveled in my mind as to what are all the tiny things that had to be taken care of in this travel, in this big assignment of about 6 days. Right from the tie that I'm supposed to wear, till the shoes that I'm going to wear, right from the tickets that I'm going to book, and which travel agency I should be resorting to, everything was crystal clearly planned in my journal. And it took almost about 1.5 hours for doing this process. And after that, I was feeling like as if I was in cloud 9. I was really feeling so strong, and I was feeling so much. In fact, I was raring to go. I could not wait for that moment to come. The program was still 7 days away from that particular situation, but I was ready to go. I could not wait. You can also come to the situation. So planning does real wonders. So hopeless situation is planning ahead is the next step. So if you analyze all these situations, you will understand that hopeless situation can be gotten rid of. Hopeless situation can be really conquered with just single point of time by having some solitude environment for yourself. Instead of meddling up, instead of making it aggravated by talking to the others, oh my God, I'm not going to do, I don't know what I'm going to do, all this, oh my God, I'm really stuck up, I don't know how long I'm going to stay in this. You are not going to stay in the loop. You should be moving out of the loop. And the best solution for hopeless situation is you have to keep moving. You are not supposed to get stuck. Whatever happens in life, whether it is beauty or terror, you have to be moving. No feeling is final. So, staying in the hopeless situation is what is the biggest mistake. Falling prey for hopeless situation is not your mistake, but staying in it is your biggest mistake. So I hope these solutions will be allowing you to come out of those hopeless situations. And I really hope that you will not be staying in the hopeless situation. Always remain as a hopeful person. Live strong, live with passion. I'll be meeting you in the next video. Thank you so much.